Yo, mi gente. Welcome back once again to another VIC SZN Sports video coverage, where I like to cover the most latest, greatest, and exciting fight news while also elaborating my personal thoughts and perspective. If this is the type of content you believe you'll be into, make sure to smash that like button. And, subscribe to your boy while you at it. Hit that like button, though. Oh, you want to say something? Hold on, my baby wants to say something.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Say, hit the like button.
Wait, button.
There you go, like button, alright? Subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Alright, you're gonna start with the new segment, episode 2 of Con Café. Let's get ready to the topic, man. And we're gonna start off with Ryan Garcia, basically kicking a dead horse at this point, right? But surprisingly about this was posted on the X app, formerly known as Twitter. And this is coming from someone that, I guess a sneaker store owner or whatever the case is. We had Ryan Garcia make an appearance as he's looking for his, I'm gonna put this right here. Hey. As he was looking for his sneakers, his sizes, whatever the case was, we had somebody, I guess, ask him about the fight with Devin Haney. And before I even tell you anymore, I'm going to just show you the audio. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll have the actual video clip shown for you guys. Let's see what he had to say here.
We train every day? Every day. We got to be ready so when Devin Haney wants that fade again, we already beat this one time. We do it twice, no debating anymore. I beat this like he stole something. See that 3 pounds mattered? Does 3 pounds matter to you when you pick it up? The day of the fight, he was a pound heavier than me, so there's no excuse. He also took $1.5 million because I miss weight. Once you take the money, shut the up. He's a Diddy man. So ain't no party like a Diddy party. I guess we know that for sure now. He man is daddy.
Even after the whole situation with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney still comes in a whole pound heavier than Ryan Garcia the night of the fight. Now, I'm not sure how true this is. Devin, I noticed that Devin's side just say a lot of mumbo jumbo that ain't true. So, it could happen both ways. Pause. But I truly believe that could be pretty accurate considering how big Devin Haney comes fight night, and he mentions it. Like, there's a lot of signs just aiming towards that, response being right by Ryan Garcia. We see Devin Haney call all the fighters small that he competes against the night of the weigh-ins. And now he's weighing in a pound heavier. A pound heavier even when Ryan Garcia came in 3 pounds over for the weigh-ins. Oh, you guys come in here and eat all my pan? Huh?
Ew, he has it with corn.
Hold on.
That's gross. How can you do
Why don't you guys split this one?
Okay.
She's gonna give you one right here.
Can I?
You're gonna split that.
My kids is crying. Look at you. She broke the smallest piece.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Have a piece of that one in case that mom wants to grab one.
You're gross, Dad.
Hey, listen. Guys, don't mind this. This is Con Café is a podcast that I don't try to control the scenery. I don't try to force something to happen. What is what it is. And what it is what it is. Right? What is what is. What it is what it is. So, but back to Ryan. Not Ryan, Devin still coming in a pound heavier after Ryan Garcia. Look, you might as well just grab my kids just grab it all by ish. I didn't even give her permission. Look, you trying to dip it in the coffee too? Just trying to be slick.
Wait, she took out his piece.
Yeah, I know. Ryan Garcia, for sure, being a pound less than Devin Haney, despite being 3 pounds heavier the night of the weigh-ins, it just tells you how much he could really gain and how much of a punk Devin Haney's carrying this situation. It's it's like, bro, you even came in a pound heavier than Ryan Garcia, You- and you're still trying to hit him for coming in heavier than you in the weigh-ins, which is real ridiculous. It's wild how that works. Yeah, man, and the PD situation, like, and it's a good point, man. He paid him 1.5 million for each pound, and it's good to hear that Ryan Garcia, despite being suspended, he's still staying active and staying ready. But the funny thing that I wanted to mention about this post overall, that yes, this was Ryan Garcia, and this was him at a sneaker store. But how I found out about this post was actually through Devin Haney reposting it. And we had Ryan Garcia talking crazy about Devin Haney in there, and I feel like he was stating a lot of facts. My thing is, why would Devin Haney even repost that when it doesn't benefit his fan base whatsoever? That's just my opinion. I don't think that's smart unless he's trying to utilize it against him in the court of law. You don't know what to expect from Dev no more. Like when he does stuff like this, it's like you want to come in like, then that's respect. He even shared it. That means he don't care. But no, this could be something that could, you know what I mean? I gotta be careful. What's up, baby? You want one more bite? Let me see how she acts with the cafe. Oh, she went into bite it quick. All right, no more. I got, my bad, guys. I gotta hurry up and eat this before my kids eat it all. You already had theirs. But how they like to do things is eat theirs first and then eat mine after. So, I gotta make sure I eat it all. Now, a fight with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, even though he's suspended, they were both suspended actually. I think the whooping that Devin Haney had was so severe that they had to suspend him, which I don't think he was coming back anyways. But even with the suspensions taking place and Ryan Garcia not even being able to fight for a year, this fight seems long overdue, the rematch. You know what I'm saying? And I think the only reason why it feels like that is because it seems like Devin Haney's doing whatever he can in his power to avoid this matchup again with Ryan Garcia. It started with him wanting it, but I think as time came, the pressure hit and he just couldn't make his mind up whether he wanted it or not. I think what it was that he was trying to go through his lawsuit, and he probably believed that he could win this lawsuit. So he's like, I don't even need this. You know what I'm saying? And he thought he could do this without Ryan Garcia trying to get fights with Sandor Marley on Paro and finding out that he's not what he thinks he's worth. So it just seems like at this point, I would love to see that rematch once the suspension is over. But that rematch would have been so much more anticipating if they would have just started it now, just promoting and doing the countdown. Ryan Garcia could do the countdown of his return. You got Devin Haney, being able to do his own countdown of being cheated, dealing with, mental issues and all this, you know what I'm saying? Giving people an inside look. He's just giving what is it called? Game ain't free. There's no such thing as free game. You know what I'm saying? You don't, what's that saying? How did that saying go? Game is to be sold, not told. He's just putting all this out there, and he could just be doing a whole documentary. He could even be documenting the lawsuit, win or lose, but it'll be interesting and anticipating for this matchup. I could just picture Devin waking up, yeah, man, like mentally, I'm not even there. Like, even if you notice the difference from my old interviews to my new ones, I'm stuttering. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm out of it. Like, my confidence is crushed. And now this is my way of just trying to build myself back up, making sure I'm financially good for all the money it took for me to help get stable again. And whatever the case is, but at least make it exclusive. And then when Ryan Garcia comes out with his, it could be exclusive from both sides, and it'll be a build-up. the craziest build up ever that took about a year to do. But once that night of the fight comes in, and this is stuff that you don't even need so much investment towards. Like you don't need to have a whole, you know, put a whole crazy production team where it's gonna cost so much throughout the year. No, just do something like once, twice a month. You know what I'm saying? Have them release it twice a month. You know, nothing too crazy. And then from there, that the tickets might be sold out right when they get ready to post them, because you've been anticipating this jump for so long that now it's like people was low-key getting tired of it, but once you make the announcement, it's kind of like, yo, it's finally here. We're getting tired of it because we thought it was never going to happen, but look it, now it's finally here. And they could make one of the biggest matchups of 2025. And I believe that will be one of the biggest matchups of 2025 for sure. I put any bread that will be the biggest fight of 2025 if they just start their promotions now. Speaking of Devin and Bill, they're characters, man. But Bill just came out, you know, stating what a lot of people are scared to say, or if they are not scared to say it, they don't want to believe it. And I think there's a lot of truth behind what Bill Haney said. And, you know, I don't agree with everything that they do, but I make sense out of everything. You know what I'm saying? And I go for what is the real. I don't look through the person. I look through what's being said, the situation, to see what's real. You know what I'm saying? Just because you say you're real, I'm not going to stick with you all day because you could be wrong. And just because I say you say you're real, I'm supposed to believe you? No, bro. It don't work that way. But with Bill Haney, one thing that I noticed about Bill Haney's situation is he came out with a video and he said some real bold things. I'm going to let you guys hear it and you guys can let me know what you think because I don't want to spoil it quite yet. And maybe I'll have a video to show him actually saying this, but let's get to it.
We're doing it right now. Why don't they say the truth then? The face of boxing is Jake Paul. If truly it's about bringing eyes to the sport and taking the sport to another level, then we got to give it to the social media stars who are doing it right now.
Let's keep it 100 now. There could be a lot of, I don't know what his agenda was by this. Considering that Bill Haney is a boxer, right? He's not a boxer, son's boxer, but they're in the boxing industry. I don't know why he would say that about someone that's a social media influencer boxer. So it would make sense if he said it if he was more like just someone outside of boxing. But maybe he done used up his last straws and burned so many bridges that his last resort is someone like Jake Paul. But playing devil's advocate, there's a lot of truth behind what he said. And I think a lot of it has to do with... Hold on, I need to spit. Get off the table. I'll be right back.
We'll return after these messages.
This got fit way too dark. Where the lich at? Damn, we run out of lich. Yo, you was here this whole time, and you wasn't gonna let me know we had no lecture here, bro? Listen, if you want to donate, check out our Cash App, check out our Super Chats, you know what I'm saying? Drop a little something, and give a super thank you, you know what I'm saying? If you appreciate the content we do. We ran out of lecture, pa, you know what I'm saying? Help us re-up on that, Joe. I appreciate it. Damn. Are you kidding me? Yo, you trying to take over my podcast? Whatever. This sounds like it's about to snap. Con Café, we don't edit, we don't cut it. We just let whatever happen. Because that's just how it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? You save a lot of stress that way, and you still get ish done. So, but yeah, I just don't know what's the agenda with Bill Haney, getting back to Bill Haney. Like, I'm not sure what's the agenda because, you know, even though he is saying what he's saying, it could make you believe that, you know, maybe he just ran out of all his straws. He's down to his last one, his last resort, and that's actually choosing against, an individual that never took their journey in boxing, which could be hard to, just give somebody that type of title and calling them the face of boxing when you guys have indeed worked your whole life, going to Mexico and doing things like that to to get your career where it's at and to fight and compete on an elite level.
Like that.
What you want to say?
I want to
Say hit the like button.
hit the wait button.
Thank you. You heard what you said. All right. So yeah, with the whole thing with Bill Haney, man, there is truth though to what he says. And one thing I will say is that, I'm not sitting here to say that Jake Paul is the face of boxing, but my argument with a lot of people that comment on my page is, when they say Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, right? They'll determine that out of, his numbers and what he's able to do and generate. And I feel like they don't look at it at the overall perspective. They just consider Canelo. And, Canelo is arguably the face of boxing to a lot of people. And you can't argue that. I'm not arguing that he's not the face of boxing. You can make an argument, though, if you're considering more than just pay-per-view. But when it comes to Canelo Alvarez and a lot of the fans, you guys determine it off just money. And that's where I have to, money, not only money, but, just clout. You know what I mean? You guys will bring up his followers. You guys will bring up his PPVs. And if that was the case, then Jake Paul's the face of boxing. If that's how you guys determine who's the face of boxing. Jake Paul has the biggest following. Jake Paul already has his own promotional company. He's a step ahead of a lot of these fighters. I never heard of a lot of these fighters. Devin Haney Promotions. Who ever heard of that? No, I never heard of that. I heard of Most Valuable Promotions. That's becoming pretty big in the sport of boxing, and they have their own events with prospects, which is even doper because I don't know no promotion that just focuses on prospects. Like that brand is just built. Their cards are built off the most valuable prospects. It's wild, right? Never heard of Devin Haney Promotion, none of that. So if you want to be technical, if that's how you're determining who's the face of boxing, a lot of people use Gervonta Tank Davis. Yeah, Gervonta Tank Davis got the biggest followers. He's the biggest person that people are speaking about. He's this, that, and the third. Then we got to make sure we give credit to Jake Paul. A lot of people like, oh, but that's YouTube boxing. At this point, boxing is boxing. You know what I'm saying? You could call it YouTube boxing, but my guy, Jake Paul, is about to be on Netflix to fight Mike Tyson, which is not, it's not really it's a wild fight, I know. But he organized the joint in partnership with Netflix. In addition to that, he has Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor for the co-main event. Legendary fight. There's more people. I think Barrero, what is it? Barrios is on that card. No, don't touch my coffee. My daughter, I don't know what the hell. My wife was drinking gallons of coffee while she was breastfeeding because this one over here is just wants to have all the coffee. She can't have no damn coffee. But it is what it is. I'm not giving her no coffee. No, don't be trying to steal my coffee, all right? Okay? Okay? Look, she don't care. Anyways. All right, stop it. So, at the end of the day, man, I just feel like Bill Haney, they got to be smart about the career if this is the route they're going with. It's cool to acknowledge Jake Paul and their whole team and their camp for, being really out there and taking boxing to another level of the sport where regular people weren't fan of boxing are now familiar with boxing more just through Jake Paul. So we got to give him his credit, his benefit of the doubt. He's definitely there. But what agenda is coming behind Bill Haney when he says these things? Is it because he's down to his last straw? If this doesn't work, then what? He can't fight nowhere else. No other promotion's going to really want him. So he has to do what he can to try to make something good with Most Valuable Promotions because he understands that they make big money. He also, Jake Paul be paying his fighters, you know what I'm saying? Early, when these fighters don't be getting paid hardly anything to fight, they're able to make a decent amount just dealing with Jake Paul and Most Valuable Promotions. So I think if there's any way they could go, Devin Haney and them, it's going to be through, new sources of new platforms of boxing. You know, stuff like Triller. You know, platforms like Overtime. Platforms like, you know, and now right nowadays like most valuable promotions. But that's, you know, those are different type of that's like a new platform, but that seems to be like the most professional one right now. And then we also got Turkey. Maybe they could work something out with Turkey, but I think I'm starting to believe that Turkey is no longer interested in working with Devin and Bill, considering all this is taking place with them. You know, how would Turkey feel if this situation happened with his promotion? Now they got to deal with a lawsuit. It's just not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's really not a good look. And I don't think they thought this through before going to it. You know what I'm saying? Unless they did, and if they did, it's because they know that they're working on going on their way out of boxing. You know, it's just not a good look. Now you got Devin Haney posting up with money now and thinking it's kind of like, bro, you're forcing it, but you're in the car in New York Times Square and you're not popping out. You got Edgar Berlanga outside the car with another rapper there. I don't see what's Devin Haney's agenda behind all this outside of look at the part rather than being the part. And I think this is a sad case of someone just not being them. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with Bill Haney and Devin Haney, yo. And I truly hope they do what they got to do to get themselves out of their situation. But if things don't really work out with him and most valuable promotions, because you guys got to understand, this is a strategic move. This is not, oh, let's just be honest, let's just put the weight. Yeah, he's probably putting the weight on other promotions to make him feel good and feel like he could side with somebody, but overall it's because he's burned his bridges with these other promotions that are not going to want to work with him. Jake Paul's coming up with one of the fastest growing, strongest promotions there is in this new era, you know what I'm saying, with most valuable promotions. And he figured, you know what, I might as well help build, I might be able to help build this. And, you know, this could be a good way for us to finesse our way into a better situation. Just like I feel like they're trying to do with Turkey, but I feel like that fell apart. Things are not coming together. It's not looking so bright for Bill and Devin Haney. If they're able to close this up or fix something up with Jake Paul and them, then they might be in decent situations, but they're not. I could see more. I won't be able to see, you know, those fights that we really want to see with Devin Haney. We'll start seeing different type of fights. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? The only time will tell. I think it's pretty obvious that he's down to his last straw, Bill Haney. And you guys that are overlooking it, why else would he do this and give Jake Paul the face of boxing title unless he wanted to have a role in what they got going on over there? Because he's been burning bridges with a lot of other promotions, suing Golden Boy, talking crazy about Arum, I think, Bob Arum. You know, they're just, I don't think he's understanding that you still would have to work with these people to close in some good fights. It's just not looking too good. All for Devin Haney promotion. Let me know one fighter outside of Devin Haney that's in Devin Haney promotions. What's the purpose of even trying to start a promotion if there's only one fighter and the fighter that's in there is the name of the promotion? I don't understand what's going on. I think everybody just wants to look the part and not be the part. And this is the result of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, moving on to the next topic. And we got... Let's see. Who we got here? Now we got the new Undisputed game. I'm going to see if I can pop it up here so y'all can see, a little preview of the trailer or something. The Undisputed game. The reason why I want to make this a topic because I haven't been a gamer. I've never been a gamer like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would play games like when my kids play games. They want to play Wii. I'll hop on the Wii with them. They want to play video games, and I'll hop on with them. And it's it's good times to spend with them out, like when we're not outside and we're inside, and sometimes we can't find nothing to do. They just want to play video games. I hop on with them. But now that the undisputed game is out, I'll start thinking and considering, like, you know what, maybe I could start gaming. I always wondered how it would feel to be a gamer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like that's some geeky stuff. If you ask me, I think that's pretty cool-ish. You know what I'm saying? I was always outside. I never spent time inside. So now that I'm old and I got kids, and the game Undisputed has to do with the type of sport that I cover, I feel like maybe I could start playing a little bit Undisputed games. You know what I'm saying? And I used to play Fight Night back in the day. Like, I never had the game, though. What I would do is just link up with people, some of my boys. They had the game, and we'll be there playing Fight Night. You know what I'm saying? So I never really had the games, but I'll be lying if I say I never played games. You know what I'm saying? I think every one of us probably played some type of video game coming up. I just wasn't a gamer. That's what I would say. I wasn't a gamer. I would just play occasionally. I was never I'll never be the person I'll throw his controller and start wilding. Nah, like I'll play. I'll be like, damn, I just lost this jump. My daughter just killed me in this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really considering it because we got Undisputed coming out, and I think that would be a good way to kind of add more content to the channel while having fun with the audience and engaging with you guys in different ways outside of just going live and looking at the screen all day. We could mess around and do tournaments. I never really played games like that. Like, I wasn't a hardcore gamer. But I'll occasionally play, you know what I'm saying, with my kids, and we'll get into it here and there. Sometimes it gets competitive. But that's really as far as it goes. It's not like I'll be going on tournaments or nothing. I'm not a gamer. But the Undisputed game, it made me kind of consider it just because, I'm growing a little fan base on my channel. And Undisputed is boxing. My channel relates to boxing. So I figured, why not, get the game, do a little tournament. Maybe even do Undisputed fight predictions where we pick fighters that are gonna fight on an upcoming event and see how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? And see if the prediction is right according to the game we play. I think that would be pretty interesting. So I'm thinking about it. I'm still on the PS4 though. So I'm not too sure how soon this will be, but as I build, you know what I'm saying? Maybe let's see how if it's meant to be according to God's plan, then I'll be getting that PS5 to play Undisputed. But as of right now, it's not looking so much like that. But I'm just keeping an open mind to it, just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of Undisputed, you want to hear an interesting story about Undisputed that has to do with an individual we already spoke about for 2 topics, and that is Devin Haney. He was supposed to be on this game, and he's not on the game. A lot of you guys might think, oh, why isn't he on the game? Dang, he must have got whooped that bad that, he just don't have a ranking to even be on the game. But that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get beat that bad. Well, nah, it was pretty bad. But not bad enough where he wouldn't make the game. In fact, the way he finessed himself out of the game is for the same reasons why he finessed himself out of a world title fight with Liam. Finessed himself out of a world title fight with Sandor. The same reasons why he's just, finessing himself out of almost every situation, and that's because he believes he's worth more than what he think he is. And he wanted to be on the cover of Undisputed. And since they was like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Now when Tank is still alive, now when Canelo's still alive, now when Usyk is still alive and just got Undisputed once again, not when Bud Crawford becomes 3-division Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Things don't, it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? I think it's 2-time Undisputed. I'm not 3-time, but still, it doesn't work that way. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think everybody has the wrong not everyone, but Devin Haney, whoever's around there, has the wrong impression of him and who he is and what he's worth and his value. I'm not going to say, I wish we would all be priceless. We was all worth billions of dollars, but unfortunately in boxing, Devin Haney is not worth more than $1 million. And maybe if that. You know what I'm saying? It's only going lower. The more he rejects fights, I feel the more his stock drops. And now we're looking at him, not wanting to be a part of the game because he wasn't on the cover, and he asked for too much money. First he wasn't able to be on the cover, then he was asking for too much money, and they just took him out the game. And I don't think he understands, the impact you make when you're on a video game. Many of us coming up might have not known about so many boxers up until we played the video game. You know what I'm saying? You run across, I remember playing UFC when I was younger. And, we was into UFC, we was into the street fight stuff. And we ended up playing a UFC game. Or it was like I think it was one of the first UFC games that came out, honestly. And I was always a big fan of UFC. Like, I was never like this casual fan. But when you play the video game, sometimes there's people that you're not so much more familiar with than other fighters, obviously. And I learned about a few good fighters that ended up coming up in the UFC that started on that first game, and it was like, oh shit, now he's this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when we used to pick him, and you create some type of relevance even within the game, and you build that type of fan base within the younger crowd, because the younger crowd loves video games. And some crowds just love fighting. It don't even got to be about them liking boxing. But if it's a fighting game, they'll play the game. It's like Mortal Kombat. Oh, but we got Undisputed too. You know what? F it, let's do Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since we played a boxing game. And then they start scrolling down and seeing Devin Haney. Hold on. I'm going to pick this dude because his nickname is The Dream. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pick The Dream Haney. I think he's pretty dope. And it was like, but then you learn that you get caught in the left hook. That's his nemesis right there, that left hook. So that's just all it is. You got to make sure, you know what I'm saying? If he was a character, that left hook would be his worst nightmare. And, if you just, I don't know. The Dream, that's crazy. The Dream Haney, he finessed himself out of this, bro. He did. You guys don't understand that. It's like he's low-key, forcing his way out of being the person that he really wants to be in the sport of boxing, and that's the face of boxing. What makes it worse is that Bill Haney says that Devin Haney's the face of boxing. He's challenging people. He's challenging the law, and it's just like, bro, that's not what the face of boxing is. Now, when you're entertaining, incriminating somebody more than wanting to make them pay yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Do the lawsuit. Nobody cares no more. But let's see you give your own punishment. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how you're going to punish them. You know what I mean? That's what we really want to see in the sport of boxing. And if not, then don't speak about it. I think that's what leaves a bad taste when you say, oh, I want to make them pay in and out the ring. But then nothing is being said or done or planned for what's taking place inside the ring. It's just not a good look. I don't like it. I think he's just finessing himself out of so many opportunities just off of ego. And we'll see where that ends up. And for you fans, y'all just better hope y'all got enough money to support Devin Haney if you still want to be fans of a fighter named Devin Haney. Because soon nobody's going to be paying or doing all that extra stuff to watch him even lose. Hey, what you doing, girl? No, wait, hold on. Welcome to my life. Story of my life. But let's move on to the next topic. Teofimo Lopez, man. I've been saying this about Teofimo Lopez for a while, man, and nobody seems to take it serious until they see what he's in. Y'all can look at all my videos. I called this way before. I think I was one of the first people on YouTube to really, stamp that Teofimo Lopez is crashing out. And nobody believed me. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez justifies himself in the most dumbest and cringiest way about his racist comments. And he says, he's a promoter too, and he does things in the most genius way to get himself out there and make these big fights happen, and tries to, compare himself to the people that are, I don't know, man. He just, What are we gonna do with T.O., bro? I'm sorry, bro. I've been saying this. T.O. did this one time before, and you know what I don't understand when people when they give away the the reason why they do things. It makes you, convinced that that's not the real reason why they did it. They're just trying to find a way to make an excuse for it, because if that was the reason, why would they expose the reason of why they're doing something? Because then now you just spoiled it. Now it's like it don't make no sense. It really don't. I remember when Cambosis did something like that with the Art of War thing, the 48 Laws of Power or something. He said deceive, the art of deceiving, or whatever the case is. And it was just like, bro, and it was with it when he was missing weight or something. It was like the art of deception. Shut your dumb ass up. If it was the art of deception, you just gave all your chips out. You showed your hand. It's stupid, and that's what Teofimo Lopez be doing a lot. He did this in another situation. Oh, I do this for to do the promotion, and people like to see celebrations, so I give celebrations. Bro, why would you do that? I think that you ruin it, because now we know that you're forcing it for something that's not naturally you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, people like when I come out and do celebrations. Do it because it's just you. That's why I like Camacho, because Macho Camacho, he wasn't coming out and just, because the fans like it. Was the fans like it, but you knew that that's just how Camacho was. So you fell in love with his personality. Right now, it's hard to fall in love with Teofimo's personality, because it seems like his personality is based off of what he thinks everybody else wants to see in him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, we don't even know who you really is. But it's not a good look. Now, and he's blaming this whole situation on marketing. He's a promoter, bro. What's up? And I keep telling y'all, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez are one and the same. They think they're worth more than they are. They got Devin Haney Promotions. You got Teofimo Lopez Promotions. Nobody heard of them. Nobody got nothing going on with those two. Like, we don't know what's happening, bro. We don't know what's... And now you're trying to be professional for your own thing, that you're doing genius promotion or marketing. How much of a genius is it if you haven't even made $1 million yet in a boxer? You know what I'm saying? As a boxer, you haven't even made $1 million yet. So what makes you think that you're doing something genius in this situation? Because you fight great. Teofimo's a great fighter. So my thing is, you being a great fighter, on top of you supposedly having genius marketing, you would think at this point you would be a billionaire. If your genius marketing skills matched your boxing skills, you'd probably be a billionaire. But you gotta come to an acceptance, look in the mirror, hold accountability, and say, damn, I suck at this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm garbage at this shit. Because I know it's not my boxing skills. I know I got great skills. I might have not gave my best performance against Claggett, but I know I did. I know I'm a great boxer. I'm become unified champion in both divisions, in 135 and 140. So something's not right in this situation. What's not right, bro? If you got great skills and you're winning fights, then what genius marketing is helping you improve to a bigger bag, more recognition? You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show you that your genius marketing is actually destroying your career, your boxing career. Your genius marketing is destroying your boxing career. I don't think that's so. It's genius if you want to destroy a boxing career. Tio. You're saying you said stuff about black fighters. You said stuff about Puerto Rican fighters. You're back on saying stuff to black fighters, and you're saying like it's genius marketing. So it's a repeated cycle, but you still haven't made a big bag from doing that. You still haven't. So what is so genius if why are you repeating the cycle that's not working? Unless that's not the real reason why you're doing it. And the real reason is because you're just mad and butthurt that other people are doing things better to the extent where you have to, you know, get desperate to try to become a familiar face in boxing, and you chose the wrong way to do it by utilizing racism as a form of getting your type of recognition. It's not a good idea, dog. It's not. Uh, if it was working, it probably would have been at least no. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say the best idea, but if it's working, then hey. But it hasn't worked before. What? Tell me a time where it worked and you really made the most out of that situation from being racist or saying crazy comments like that. It's not working. I don't know. I'm not sure if Canelo's gonna sign Teofimo Lopez. I'm not sure if they have a deal with Reynoso. I'm not sure what's going on, but you guys don't understand boxing. A lot of you guys used to attack me because of Teofimo Lopez and sound like I'm hating on him. But y'all don't even understand the bridge that he's burning. He hasn't, like I told you, he hasn't even made $1 million. Somebody said, oh, he's always been open about that. No, he's not. He hasn't been open. He never said that he never made $1 million before. He never said that. He said he's the face of boxing. He'll say that he's the top of the division. He's the most this. He's two-time. He mentions all of this stuff. But he never mentions that he never made $1 million. And y'all just will say anything to side with him. And you do it respectfully, but I have to respectfully, check you guys when you say lies like that. Because I've been covering him for a little bit now, letting y'all know he's on the crash and nobody wants to believe me. And I'm trying to tell you, it's because it's accountability. He don't know how to hold accountability. Not for the Cambosis loss, not for the racist remarks he be saying. What he does when he said about them saying the monkeys thing, oh, it's a strategy playing, it's this, that, and the third. The stuff saying, listen, man, I didn't mean for it to go that out of hand. It's an analogy, and I chose the wrong analogy. It just so happens that they both black fighters, and I said an analogy, a known one, that was the worst one I could have chose at that time. It wasn't my intent, but I apologize to those that might have hurt during the process of me saying that. Say something that's going to make people feel like, okay, you know what, he's still an asshole, but at least he came forward. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is. But he's just blaming on everything else because he don't want to take full accountability. The Puerto Rican thing. Oh, if anybody feels some type of way, get a tampon or something, right? And then he'll also testify, no, I love me, vive Puerto Rico, and this, that, and third, right? Doing all this bullshit. Nobody want to hear about that because you're trying to avoid accountability and trying to make things as if you never said it before. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make things back to normal. Okay. And the cycle, and then when the Cambosis, when you lost the Cambosis, oh, I had this in my throat and my esophagus was teared, and I get it, bro, but you're not the only person that fought through these type of situations. And, we're talking about the first round when you got your butt whooped. The first round. That already, people say, he did this, then the third. Listen, he came back in the 9th round, which is impressive, right? But what's the excuse for the first round that he got whooped? But nobody wants to pay attention to that, right? But now he's in a situation where he's crashing out, and I try to tell you guys 100 times that the lack of accountability is going to cause this to happen. And guess what's going on? He's burning bridges. He's not holding accountability. He's not going to be able to sign with Matchroom because he done did him dirty already. Unless there's going to be a deal that truly favors Matchroom, because now they have the upper hand in this type of negotiation. They got leverage now that Teofimo Lopez exposed that he hasn't even made $1 million yet. That's one. Top Rank is already doing him dirty, so he's going to want to step away from Top Rank. He's probably doing a lawsuit against Top Rank and Barbarian right now. That's two. He already talked about ESPN. They might not ever want him to be back on their platform if they ever do something with ESPN. That's three. Then you got the other promoters that are watching him and seeing what he says. We got black promoters like Mayweather Promotions. We got PBC. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to want to... Al Heyman's not going to probably want to deal with nobody like Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? Well, who else we got? He might get lucky with Queensberry or something, but I don't. We don't even hear Turkey Alakeisha talk about him. So you guys keep supporting, and I'm gonna keep reminding y'all why y'all wasting your time when it comes to Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. They're two of the same people. They're just two different races, two different coaches, but they both had their dad raise them. They both allow their dads to speak for them. Their dad says a lot of BS that their sons can't back up. They learn their ways from their dads. You know what I'm saying? We know Devin is low key racist too. Where do they get that from? We know Teofimo Lopez is low key racist too. Where do they get that from? I'm not trying to put all the pressure on the parents. These kids are not kids no more. They're grown men. They gotta take accountability at this time of their life. There's only so much we could blame the parents for. I'm just saying what they have in common. But at this point in their life, being over 25 years old, 26, 27, it's about that time you put your big boy shoes on and start taking accountability. Because y'all going to see that this is just going to end, and soon it's just going to be a memory. And we'll be looking at the prospects that took their place. Let me see where we at. Make sure that this joint is still going. All right, we're in 20 minutes deep. So, whip out. Let me take a sip of this coffee about done. Nick Ball. I wanted to speak about Nick Ball because and I heard he's from the UK, man. Shout out to Nick Ball. He's a world champion right now, man, and I love his fighting style. Excuse my daughter, man. She has the true Puerto Rican attitude. You know what I'm saying? She's loud when she's mad. She's loud when she's excited. She's loud when she's happy. She's loud when she's chilling. She's loud when she's tired. She's loud when always. She's loud when she's quiet. I don't know how you could be loud when you're quiet, but she knows how to pull it off. But yeah, Nick Ball, I love his style in boxing. And, he just won his last fight, knockout. I believe it was Rios, a fighter by the name Rios, if I'm not mistaken. I know they're trying to make Nick Ball versus Fulton next. I'm not going to lie, I don't like Fulton in this division right now. I think Fulton will get knocked out against Nick Ball. And you know why I love Nick Ball so much? Because he puts that sweet science to rest. That, not the sweet science, let me say, the hit not get hit. He puts that itch to rest. So if that's the idea you're coming with when you're facing Nick Ball, you're going to have to, remember that you might have to bring your warrior cap that night of the fight. You might have to put your warrior helmet on and prepare, put your shield up and prepare, you know what I'm saying, for battle. Now, y'all got your shield already. Y'all shield is on point. Y'all got to start bringing your swords for a fight with, Nick Ball. Because that boy not playing. And people think they could box him out. They want to do this slick stuff. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to treat you like his son. Throw you around and start landing some bombs on you. And he's going to take a few. But that's why I love him, because a lot of guys that go in there with their hit and not get hit mentality, it's all good until you get hit. And he makes you look like you got beat up after the fight. That's what I love, because all right, now you can stop running. Now let's see you go win now. Let's see how you fight through adversity instead of, winning these fights, just squeezing a victory through decision every time. You're going to have to learn and understand that this is a sport that you have to leave the fans satisfied one way or another in your career. Because if you don't, and the time you lose, you'll get forgotten about, because people won't remember, oh, look how good he dodged this punch. They're going to remember, damn, he got knocked out cold. So, yeah, Nick Ball, I'm becoming a fan of Nick Ball. He's definitely on the Sunday, got Fulton. And you know what's crazy? That's what I like to hear. Even with Nick Ball, you're hearing the next fighter come up already. Fulton is already the mandatory. And it's like it's a conversation. And I think Nick Ball is going to be one of those fighters that we didn't expect his type of style to really take control of the sport in the next 2 years. We're going to be talking a lot about Nick Ball, a dangerous fighter, a tank, you know what I'm saying, that's willing to get hit and give a hit. We'll have to see. A lot of these fighters are good up until they get their jaw tapped with a good one, you know what I'm saying? But so far, he's been very impressive, and I like how Nick Ball's fighting. I think there's a lot to look forward to with Nick Ball. I just don't think Fulton is going to have what it takes. You know, I seen his last fight. He showed he had a warrior spirit. He came back, started landing some punches. But I feel like it was a robbery, and I felt like Castro beat him fair and square. You know what I'm saying? Knocking him down, getting him hurt multiple occasions, staying busy with the jab. He wasn't the pressure fighter, but he was always active, staying busy with the jab, exchanging, getting the better of the exchanges, and actually doing damage. I don't know how Fulton won that fight, but that just showed me, you know, what type of performance he might, you know, the problems he's going to have to deal with fighting someone like Nick Ball. That's going to overwhelm him. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that style will you know, favor Fulton more. We'll have to see, but we've seen how, you know, he fought in the way and what happened there. So I think the hit not get hit is great, but we have to learn how to exchange and prepare to when we get hit, how we're going to be able to bite down. I think he showed a little bit of that, Fulton, but with someone like Nick Ball, it's going to be a little different. You know, you're going to have to bite down times 10 against Nick Ball. That's it for that topic. What else is going on in the sport of boxing that I might have missed? I think that's really about it, man. We're still waiting for the Better Beef fight coming up this week. Better Beef versus Bivol. That's going to be exciting. We still got Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, November 15th. Leon Perro versus Richardson Hitchens. That's December 4th, if I'm not mistaken. We got some decent ones coming up, so we'll have to wait and see. And hopefully, you know, we can end the year with some good fights. You know, we had some decent fights this year, but not good matches. So let's see how 2025 goes. But by the end of 2024, I hope to see two of the greatest performances of the year, and that's Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor and Bivol versus Better Beef. I'll be waiting on it. Let's see how it goes. But you already know what's up. This is the universal favorite to fight fans from all nations. Thank you for tuning in to VIC SZN Sports, the #1 source for combat news and creations. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. You got to make sure you hit the like button while it's counting down, while you get the notification that there's a video dropping scheduled at this time. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. We need that. Comment below. Say I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Toma. You know what I'm saying? Familia. Let us know what's up in the comments. From there, you know, let me know what you thought about this whole series. This Con Café in the morning with VIC SZN Sports. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You already know what's up. And yeah, much love. You know, check out our memberships. Check out our merchandise. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support, you could Cash App us at VIC SZN Sports. $ VIC SZN Sports. That helps us grow. We truly appreciate it. You can also super chat us, you know, if you like the stream while it's playing on the premiere. Or you could super thank us if you catch it late and just, you know, show your appreciation for our content. We truly appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Con Café with VIC SZN Sports. I love y'all, and we out. Toma!